around the same time that Henry Ford was getting Ford Motor Company off the ground, there was an Italian economist named Vilfredo Pareto. And he noticed that in his garden, 80% of the peas that grew were grown by just 20% of the plants. And he started looking around and seeing this principle just all over the place. 80% of the results come from just 20% of your efforts. And in order to go, and it's that other 80%, the other 80% of your time just gives you another 20% of output. And sometimes that's just not worth it. Sometimes it is. If you're a surgeon, you're operating on me, yes, I want you to put in the full time. Put in 100%, give me 100%. Absolutely. But for a lot of things, it's just not worth it. Okay, one of my humanities classes that I had was musical appreciation or something. It was one of those broad appeal classes that a lot of, that was mainly taken by non-music majors, but people from other colleges who just had to have a humanities credit. And it was held in the Fine Arts building, which was at the far end of campus. It was a solid half-hour walk to get there. I hated that walk because of what it meant, because I had to, just the buffer that I had to leave around it. But I decided early on that I did not need to get an A in that class. If I wanted to, I could have. But nobody was going to care if I got an A in music appreciation. And so rather than, when it came time to study, I chose not to worry about studying for that class. Instead, I would put my efforts into the other classes that I had, the ones that were in my major, the ones that were actually going to matter. This is the 80-20 rule. This is the first mindset that I want to share with you. I'm going to share about 5 or 6 mindsets, just my go-to tools for things that help me keep productivity in check. Because it's very easy to go, to just go after perfection in everything, and it can start sucking up your time. It's so easy to get lost chasing perfection when so often we're better off just going for good enough.